this money on the floor. We be balling off the course, we be really making plays. She don't really want no beef if she can't say it to my face. Girl, that man was never mine, I just was going through a phase. So please control your hoe before I put it in her place.
Coming to you live from Nova Square here at the scene of an outright devastation. Each of us, all of us, saw what happened here mere hours ago. The flames still wrought across the city, the wounded still being tallied, and the consequences yet to be seen. The question still lingers in all of our minds. We know the who, we can guess at the why, but everyone is wondering, what happens next in our new Jump City? This is Christian Fox, New Jump News. Good morning, afternoon, and or evening, ladies and gents, and all those in between beyond that binary of the internet. Welcome back to New Lines Roleplay. More specifically, welcome back after so very long to Jump City Sirens, our lovely little mask adventure directly for your eyes. I'm Foxy, if you haven't heard by now. I use he, they pronouns, and I'm the little editor of this occasion here, but I am thankfully very far from alone at the table here. I have with me a group of intrepid heroes, daring thrill seekers, and authority bashers who have a problem with the wit systems around them and things they want to say about it. I can tell you all about their wondrous deeds and incredible abilities, but I think I'll let them do that themselves. So, friends, in the order that I call you out, please feel free to tell me who you are, where you can be found on the internet, and whose story you're going to be telling in this new arc of ours. Let's start, of course, with the internet giant herself. It's Ollie Peach Senpai.
What's up? Apparently I'm a giant on the internet, and I'm so big. I played Morphine, the Outsider, and she's really hot. Get to know her.
It's true. No lies have been told so far, honestly. All accurate statements. And we'll find out more about that, hopefully this episode. Swinging right on along from there, it is, of course, the largest heart and the strongest arm. That's the one and only Corndog McGraw.
Hi, it's me, Corndog McGraw. I'm playing Cleo, and she's our Nova. And she recently let people in on some secrets, but not everyone. Drama alert.
Well, I thank you for letting us in on this new flashy haircut you're rocking. Hello, okay. While we gawk and ogle at that, let's pass it along next to someone very near and dear to my own personal heart. I am, of course, talking about the one and only Neon Lights exclusive Egg-chan.
Hey, I'm Emily or Egg-chan. You can find me on the internet as Egg-chan, and tonight I get to finally be number 5. Dragon of Authority. I don't. How's that description? How's that for a description?
I loved it.
I like it. It's appropriate. It's again, no lies have been told so far.
Authoritarian dragon? Authoritative dragon? Who knows?
Or a dragon. Anyway, while I figure out portmanteaus for those two words, we're going to pass it on, of course, to our last, but certainly very far from least member of our table, the mother of mysteries and father of horrors, of course, the one, the only, Meg Mysteria.
Hello, I am Meg and/or Meg Mysteria, and I am playing Milena Dracos, otherwise known as Mel, who is our beacon, and she's gonna have to face up to some consequences of her actions. That's about what's going on. Yeah.
Spoiler alert, you'll all be doing that. I mean, what?
Oop.
Ew. What did I do?
Why do you say fuck me for?
I have done nothing wrong.
Well, consequences for our dear Milena aside, we pass it back over to me. Of course, I'm Young Foxy, and I use he, they pronouns, and I play everyone who's not these four wonderful people, which is very hard to do because they are very good at their jobs. And rather than me blathering on about that more and more, why don't I go ahead and just tell you guys a little bit of how that works, huh? Last session, last episode, saw the assault on Nova HQ as the Cypress League made its daring attempt to break out Grayson from Nova's control. You, our dear Jump City Sirens, contested with them. The fight was long, arduous, new abilities were shown, daring choices made, and in the end, not only did our dear Grayson find himself escaping by way of teleportation from one Cleona, but a seeming incident of his was prevented by an unknown strange light emanating from one of our heroes in a way we've never quite seen before. In fact, it seems Jump City is facing a lot of things it's never really seen before. Things are going to be different. I can promise you all that much. How different? Well, that remains to be seen. But for now, as the panel passes over a nice, wide, massive cityscape as evening turns into early morning, the question I have for you, my dear Sirens, is who are we investigating first? Who does our first comic panel turn in on? Who does our scene open showing? Who feels like falling on the sword first tonight? Don't all jump at once.
Fuck it, we ball.
All right. Our dear Milena, it's been an awkward evening for you. Not in the way that you think or maybe imagined you would, but because it was just so damn quiet. You got home, whenever you got home, I presume very late, to the dead quiet. And it doesn't seem like the dead quiet of people resting or a house asleep. It seems like it's purposefully quiet. Like maybe some people stepped out for a bit. Regardless, all the same, you don't seem to have any trouble resting yourself or, getting what I assume is a very full night of sleep. What's the first thing you do in the morning?
Um, Probably the usual start of the morning routine. Shower, hygiene, all that, and try to figure out whether my parents are home. Dad's probably at work at the hospital or helping with the relief effort.
Fair assumption. It's as you are setting down to have, I assume, a small breakfast of some kind. What's on your plate?
Mm, fruit and cereal.
A simple breakfast of fruit and cereal. You're sitting down to enjoy a simple breakfast of fruit and cereal. You lean over into your bowl and start, trying to go through your evening when the back door opens. The kitchen isn't far from the back door, so you can easily notice that it opens. The back door glass slides open and your mother steps in.
Look up towards the back door. Is she coming in from training, or is she in armor?
And the funny thing is, you would assume training if she was wearing workout gear, but she is in fact fully armored. She has her entire hero garb on, her silver steel armor clasped around her shoulders, her chest, her legs, her chins, her arms, and her shield held in her left hand. She's left-handed, she's a lefty. Do you say anything to her?
I like to think Mel probably has her mouth full, so she waves.
Uh, she nods at the wave. Eat your fill and step outside. Dress yourself first.
He swallows and nods.
She turns her back to you, turns her head over her shoulder, and dress appropriately, please. And without waiting for a response, she's just gonna close the door and seem like she heads back into the backyard.
I was gonna sit there and ponder for a minute what she means by appropriately.
She was fully armored.
She was fully armored. She's also suddenly lost her appetite.
You know, appropriate. If you would, I'll let you roll a pierce the mask to see if you can get through what she's feeling right now.
You know what? Let's fucking do it.
Please roll plus mundane. On a hit, you get to ask one question from the list. What are you really planning? What do you want me to do? What do you intend to do? How can I get your character to? How can I gain influence over you?
What do you want me to do?
Tell the truth.
Ah,
You're a smart enough girl, Mel. I don't think it takes you very long to figure it out. You sit there and ponder it for a moment. Excuse me. And then you realize, very simplistically, dress appropriately can only really mean one thing. She knows.
yeah.
Alexa, play She Knows by J. Cole.
There was
You
a time
fucker, I
could
was
make
literally
jokes like
typing that. Did you see me act that? I was like,
I'm inside your head.
She knows. I know she knows.
She knows.
I know she knows.
Oh, I need to play more games with you. We should do this more often.
I'm right here for you.
So she cleans up what's left of her food, puts the fruit away, and dumps the cereal, and just goes upstairs and changes into her hero attire and heads outside to the garden.
A panel shows, a fully dressed foot of yours step outside the door. A slow pan up to show your garb, and not too far from you, in the middle of the yard, standing there, still fully armored, shield in her hand. She stands, looks at you, nods.
She nods back.
So, Medusa, then.
Yeah. For the last 2 years.
I wanted to change mine for a while. I thought Athena was cliche, unfitting. I assume your sister knew?
Yeah.
And your friends?
The Sirens and Tyson.
I see. And is there anyone else privy to this escapade.
She kind of fiddles with the hem of her sleeve and hesitates before saying Grandpa knows.
I see. Step forward, Milena.
She does so.
She steps almost mirroring you until you are both standing directly in the middle of the yard. She turns, puts the silver steel shield in front of her directly, almost in front of her chest, and slips it out of her armband. It drops into the ground with a heavy, thudding, vibrating weight, slamming in between the two of you. My mother passed me that shield when she believed I'd earned it. It took many years of training, tribulation, proving myself over and over again, never feeling like enough, always believing I knew better.
But what made her finally change her mind?
She turns, and instead of answering, just says, "Pick it up."
I guess Mel is going to, a bit confused, try to pick up the shield.
I'm not going to make you roll anything. You cannot.
Yeah, figured.
That weight is responsibility. It is the burden of power. To use it fairly, defensively, with judgment. It is a lesson I learned over many hard years. I will not regale you with tales you are already aware of. Instead, I will just ask you why.
Why I lied?
Why lie? Why do this? Why risk yourself? Why not trust me? What? Yes. I would like to know why you lied.
Because you never would have let me if I had trusted to tell you.
Do you believe you understand why I would not?
I think you're scared I'll get hurt.
At the docks. You were there, yes?
Yes, I was.
And last night, at Nova HQ. You as well?
Yes.
I told myself I would raise your sister to be a perfect image of myself, to be better, to grow into what this city needed her to be. I thought her invincible. And that was a foolish mistake. I let her train and grow and sharpen her abilities, and in the end, it did not stop me from losing her. And now, I am to stand here, knowing that I could have lost both. What then? What if I was standing here with all that left of my daughters being anxious?
Have you ever thought about how we feel every time you leave?
I recognize the value in your point. Do you believe I think you incapable, Helena? Think you weak?
I don't think she really answers, but she kind of just hesitates and looks away. And I think that expression that she has is enough to say that that is what she thinks.
She clutches her hand really tight. This world is growing outside of control. People appear with newer abilities, more powerful, more dangerous, and younger every day. The risk is nothing compared to the burden. It is heavy, Milena. Doing what we do, the choices you must make, the sacrifices you must endure. I have only ever sought to shield you from that. To say nothing, and you can see that there's a notable, like, I'm gonna say a crack in that anger. To say nothing of the eyes and the judgments. We no longer live in a world where opinion is suspect to a single person's thing. The world is more interconnected than it has ever been before. Everything you do will be scrutinized. Every action you take judged. Every risk you measure criticized. And you will hear them. I live with shackles around me. There are things I would do in a heartbeat if given the choice. But being what I am, what we are, what you want to be, that choice is the first thing it robs from you. Using the wrong playlist. You're having to use different playlists for the playlist a little bit. Yep. That's better.
think that every time her mother snaps or gets louder, like showing more anger, she shrinks back just a little bit because she's not used to her being this angry, and especially at her.
I think if you want, Meg, tell me about how this sparks joy. I'm gonna have her like say add another line here, and then I'm gonna give you a bit of a scene break while I slide us over somewhere else real quick, and we'll come right back to you. Yeah. Cool. So I think she sees you kind of like flinching a bit and recoiling somewhat, and she just tell me what happened last night. The whole truth, please. And I'm going to leave you to think about that while we slide ourselves somewhere a little less dramatic, I'm hoping. Cleo, you might have ended up the luckiest of all your teammates in terms of the way schedules worked out, as you had a therapy appointment the day after, well, all the fuck shit that happened last night, which is thankfully where we're finding ourselves right now. You are in the office of one Dr. Robin Banks, placed, I assume, comfortably on a couch. And why don't we come into media res? What are you two talking about?
Okay, so like last night got a little crazy. And I let people know about my secret spot that only my parents and I knew about. And you, technically, though you don't know the location. And I hope it goes okay, but also I don't trust anyone. You know that. And I swear to God, if Mel tells her mom about the location, I'm gonna have to find a new one, and that's gonna suck, and I'm gonna be super annoyed.
She leans over and just says, "It's curious. Given everything that happened last night, the one thing you seem to focus on much is that spot of yours. It's personal. Could I, if you'll allow me, hazard a guess as to why?"
Did you watch all the news coverage?
Oh,
Stuff?
I did. She goes, "Oh, I did." And that's exactly my point. You and your friends fought in front of Nova HQ, and from what I understand, you yourself took on the Cypress League, and, well, the thing you seem most concerned about is that people saw something private to you. If you let me hazard a guess, because that gets past the
yeah,
wall.
like the fight was rough. Oh. It was really hard to fight because like obstacles went up, and I'm not very. I kind of used all of my powers last night rather than just the ones that I let people normally see or normally hear. I guess you can't see me speaking into your mind. And so as Nightcrawler would say, I bamfed. I bamfed real good. Into Nova HQ. Question, at what point in therapy does, like, you have to tell people things, like the police and stuff?
Dearest, I give therapy to superheroes. Trust and believe me, and by bounds go far further than your usual practitioner.
Okay, so, like, if I potentially helped an incarcerated youth who doesn't know their abilities, how to control them, how to use them, or anything like that. If I potentially helped them leave Nova facility / torture chamber / isolation pod, and brought them somewhere safer, and that helped quell the aggro of the Cypress League.
She leans over a bit and just, your choices of wording is interesting there. Not judgmental, I assure you. I
don't feel
Words
like I
for
did
me.
anything wrong, but it looks like I did something wrong based on protocol and Nova's corporate bullshit, especially with their upcoming registry stuff.
Well, the good news for you is I'm your therapist, not your lawyer, so whether or not you were right or wrong isn't my call. However, I bring up your language for a specific reason. The way we frame things matters. I'm not telling you you're right or wrong, because that's not my place here. But the same way that you frame everything you see, so does everyone else around you. Reality is subjective, surprisingly.
Yeah.
And so, if I have anything to offer you here, it's going forward, whether you're interacting with yourself, your friends, or maybe even some people in Nova, recognize that the way they see things is based on their own choices of diction. Again, I don't think you were wrong. That's not my place to say. But I think lots of people have their own thoughts on what might be best. And those thoughts, well, they can clash. The only thing I can offer you for advice is conflict is only solved by openness. Whether that's with entities you feel are operating above their means, or with the people you call your friends.
Yeah. I ought to talk to the others.
Have you
But
called any of them since last
also-
night?
What?
Have you spoken to any of them since last night?
Just Mel, because she experienced the BAMF.
Right. Well, I won't pretend to understand exactly how to operate within you and your circle of friends, but I can say this. For several reasons, things are going to become different around here rapidly. And if I know anything about you, it's that change can unsettle. So maybe a bit of stability will come from the people around you, if not the things around you. I certainly won't be going anywhere.
It's because I'm a Taurus. I don't like change.
I think Robin is a very honest therapist, and you know this. And she puts a hand on your shoulder and just goes, "No, Cleona, it's because you're traumatized."
The adults are just dumb and wrong. They're not caring about other people. They're just caring about their own safety. And they claim that they're caring about the safety of others, but they're just caring about themselves.
I think that's a very strong perception to have. And I think that it's one that can only come from one's own personal experience. Again, I don't think you're wrong, but consider maybe that people can be uncaring and incorrect and still have good intention. They just need to be skewed the right way. Listen, I'm not
Couldn't
telling you
that
to
same
walk
thing be said
up.
about, like, the Cypress League or criminal organizations or anyone else who's been listed as
Yes.
wrong and bad and ne'er-do-wellers?
She says, yes. Yes, it could. Reality subjective.
I don't
And I
like
hate to
that.
say it, love, but that seems to be one of the central complex of heroes. When it boils down to it, the choice on who needs help versus who needs stopping, that's yours.
I just wish it was a list in an Excel document. Organized and categorized.
You know what's funny? You remind me of an old client. I only saw her once, and, well, I'm not allowed to talk much about how that experience went, but she had her own thoughts about the way things should be. And let's say they didn't rub well with everyone around her. I would...
If you're comparing me to Katrina Victory, I'm going to jump off a bridge.
No, I'm not.
Okay, thank you.
But I will say this client of mine maybe fell on some unfortunate social fortune. And I wouldn't want to see similar things happen to you. That's all I can say.
Okay. So should I be the one that reaches out first? Probably.
If you think you can, maybe.
It's just such a cool power, and I wish it wasn't, like... I don't want it to be a seed of betrayal or a source of... upsettiness between me and my friends. But at the same time, I didn't want Nova to know about it, and now they definitely do.
It's true. How you handle that will determine a lot of things going forward.
Cleo is going to do the thing that Tina Belcher does when she's sitting on the stool in Bob's Burgers, and like turn into a slug and slowly pour off the couch onto the floor, and then just use her feet to move her torso. Be like, "Thanks, Doc. I'm leaving," and she's just gonna slug her way out of this room, going, the whole time.
Same time in 2 weeks. Take care of yourself. And she'll
Give me a little bit more
let
time.
you. She'll let you slug your way out of the door. As you do so, let's pull the camera away for a brief moment, and let's go. Let's go check in on Aurelia next. Aurelia, I assume you sought some isolation in the aftermath of last session,
You
For
got
the
that
time to
right.
yourself? Nothing wrong with that.
Hell yeah.
You once again find yourself high at the peak of jump towers on unconstructed floors that are still actively not being worked on, mostly because, well, they're public construction right now while they're working on repairing Nova Square, which is not far. So you actually can still see the rubble and debris and things from last night from your vantage point from here. You can see down and take a look at it. What are you thinking about right now? What's in your brain? What's in your mind?
Aurelia is almost replaying the series of events that happened last night, trying to make sense of them.
What seems to make the least sense right now?
What she thought was team's actions when it came to the risk that they took. Because Aurelia came from a place where you're not supposed to make waves, you're not supposed to make ripples, and it's based on not wanting to cause a greater catastrophe. So she finally felt like she was in a place to understand the individuals around her to a certain extent, and now she feels apart from them because she doesn't understand the way that they process and the way that they do things.
It's an interesting dichotomy to find yourself in right now.
Mhm.
And you spend some time mulling over that right now, looking down at the rubble and ruin of what happened last night, and there's no easy answers, it turns out. The people around you are an enigma. They operate in ways that don't seem to serve their best interests. They are inconsistent. They lie to each other and keep secrets. None of that seems to make a lot of sense to you. It's a reminder, I feel like, that you just really aren't of this realm. It's not a place that is innately made to make sense to you. And I'm wondering, Aurelia, if you don't mind me kind of delving a bit more here into your psyche a little, what is that doing to your perception of your track for making it home? Because I think that's something you got to consider right now. Is you were working with Katrina and the rest of Nova, at least that was ostensibly the idea, on a way to get home eventually. What do you think's up with that in the aftermath of gestures vaguely at last session?
She doesn't know which direction to go when it comes to trying to get home. I think she's just trying to get home faster now. And it's like maybe within this turmoil that she's experiencing, she's also seeking answers on how best to expedite that process. Because you know when like millennials are like, I can't human right now. She's like that.
Aurelia, you're mulling over these thoughts for a while, and it's maybe because you're mulling so much that you almost don't really immediately notice the sound until it starts getting a bit closer. It's kind of it's a loud, repeated, muffled poof, 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 like a very small, controlled, contained explosion, rhythmically and slowly approaching you a bit from below. Eventually, you do see another, like, in a roiling kind of almost curtain of smoke and flame, a figure kind of does a bit of a flip and land at the top of the building and looks up, flexes dreads back a bit. Thought I'd find you up here. It's Tyson.
I gotta get into character. Sorry, it's been a while.
You can take it back.
How does this bitch talk again?
You know, good question.
Okay, I think I got it.
You got it.
Isn't it dangerous for you to be up here?
Yeah, but everywhere else it gives me a bit too much to think about, so figured a little elevation wouldn't help, or it wouldn't hurt. Didn't I say the same for you?
I think you don't know me too well if you think that.
Something I wouldn't mind amending. You okay?
Is it obvious that I'm not?
Believe it or not, despite the whole menage of facade setup, a little bit.
This is odd for me.
He sort of sits down on a bit of like unfinished cinder block for a bit and just go on.
This whole thing, it's puzzling. It's baffling. I thought I had the inkling of an understanding when it came to you humans. I thought being a hero, as you all are supposed to be, was about the betterment of the people. So, why do you act in such an emotional and selfish manner?
Well, shit, Socrates, it's a pretty big question.
Who is this Socrates?
It's a philosopher, people who think about thinking. I don't know. It's weird. You aren't from around here as far as everybody else says, but you sound just like us. Last I checked, most people don't get people. I sure as hell don't. As far
I'm
as
at a
being
point.
selfish and... Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say I'm at a point that being compared to humans disgusts me a bit.
Well, no offense taken.
Are you offended?
It's a joke. We'll work on those. Look, I'm not gonna pretend that I have anything close to an answer for you. Last night was a weird one for a lot of us. And as far as what... I'll say this. You ask 10 different heroes what it means to do the right thing for the most people possible, you'll get at least 7 answers. Most of them might line up, usually. That's why we get along. They don't always, though. People think differently about what it means to be what we are. Some of us don't even really have an answer for it. So, best you can do is make your own. Do what feels right in your... Well, I'd say in your heart, but... Well, I'd say in your chest, but you get the point.
The only thing that feels right to me right now is not being here.
Yeah, I've been there. He says, suddenly looking a bit somber. Sometimes it seems like the world moves a lot faster than you do. Like everything stops making sense the longer you look at it. Like everybody else is in the movie and you're just kind of watching it. Yeah.
Life was more akin to that in the past. I think what's harder is being involved. And then being involved and having to understand those who are also involved.
Yeah, it sure shit ain't easy. Look, not that you're asking for advice or anything, but as someone who's done the human thing for a little bit longer, my thought is this. People ain't gonna make sense. A lot of times, actually. Best you can do is, well, keep the ones who make some kind of sense close. And if the people you want to make sense don't make sense, ask them why it doesn't make sense. Does that make sense?
In an oddly roundabout way, I guess I could derive some understanding from your oddly pieced together statement.
Nice. We'll take it. Look, I am not gonna step on the toes of your comrade group. But
Do svidaniya, comrade. She doesn't say that. She doesn't say that.
But I know the Sirens are good people. Even if they disagree on how things get done. Look, I've never seen a Nova agent, an Independent, a Dracos, and whatever it exactly is you are.
No
Operate as a
offense
team.
taken.
Look, see, you're getting it! Point is, I've never seen this many of that different people operate so efficiently together. And make people around you operate so efficiently as well. You're good for each other. So if there's some friction going on, I recommend y'all work it out.
I feel as if friction is a light word for those who risk not only their own lives, but the lives of all those around them.
We call those euphemisms around here.
Euphemisms.
He stands up and just say, "Look at that. Now you can say that I never taught you anything."
Try not to fall and die on your way down.
Can kind of fly. Kinda.
Would you need
So
help?
this, sorry, go ahead.
No, that's it. She just asked if you need help.
He just kind of laughs. You gonna carry me?
Why are you laughing?
You're gonna carry me?
How else would you get down?
I'm gonna jump. I'll see you later. Okay, bye.
Ain't that a mood though, when flirting goes just a little bit wrong and you're like, I don't want to be here anymore. I want to like
Oh
swallow
no!
my entire arm.
Wait, Aurelia lightens his density, so he has less gravity while falling, at least.
You'll see him just fire off his a bit of like heat from his hands and kind of take off and leap and just okay. It just takes over. Thank you.
She smirks a little.
Look at that. Look at that. First person to get a smile out of Aurelia. All right? Fucking checkmate, assholes. Get bent. Any case, before we head back to some other drama, let's check on some other drama. Fives, you had a bit of a night, huh?
Oh. Perhaps, yeah.
So I'd like you to answer the following question for me if it doesn't seem too troublesome, darling. Where would Fives go the morning after a night full of some very hard revelations?
Probably the training grounds.
You know, I have a feeling that might be the answer. I like that.
Yeah.
And that's where we'll find you. There's, again, the Nova HQ is loaded up with training facilities. A lot of them are underground, so even through the damage, it's still easily accessible for you to get to. Obviously, they require some higher clearance, as there's a lot of higher security protocols at the NHQ right now for some very obvious reasons. The first thing that you noticed this morning is that you weren't immediately brought to Victory's office and told to debrief or anything like that. That didn't happen for some reason. So you were able to get to the training ground. The second thing you notice is that it's pretty empty. There's not a lot of people here doing some training. So what do you think you're doing right now, training-wise, Fives?
Probably something like high impact.
A little heavy bag, maybe?
Yeah.
I love that.
It's like, gotta get some frustration out.
Absolutely. There's an industrial strength reinforced heavy bag. It's not even like, it doesn't actually hang. It's actually on a piston system that's meant to hold it in place while you hit it, because you hit a lot harder than your average person. And they tried putting them on chains. You kept knocking them out of the wall. So unfortunately, they have this piston mounted heavy bag, and you are just like, again, left, right combo, duck swing, left, right, hook, cross. And you're kind of trawling your way through memories and through the very strange night you've had. And as you're kind of moving through these katas and stances, letting as much as you can into the bag, hitting as hard as you can, you pull yourself back to last night. Back to being in your room and having a man you haven't seen in quite a few years sitting in your home.
Drinking your
Hello
tea.
again, dear. Drinking your tea, it's true.
No! Not my tea.
Hello again, dear. It's wonderful to see you after so long. You've grown.
Yes, doctor, it's been a while.
He swipes a hand down, and you'll see that some bionics in his arm kind of immediately like activate a bit of a hollow screen. And he just, I scanned your biometrics over the last few years while I was waiting for you. Combat data looks good. Your healing rate's accelerated. Durability is increasing by at least 3-fold. Yes, it seems you're not far at all. You're healthy.
Far from what?
We'll get there. It's not important right now. How have you been? What's new?
Sure you don't already know with all the eyes you've been keeping on me?
On the contrary, prior to maybe a few months ago, I've been keeping my head down. Smart to do when you're ousted from a position of power, your grant funding cut off, and told that you're a, what was it they used? Monster?
I mean, I would say sicko personally, but to each their own.
Hostility? Zachi, you wound me.
I mean, are you surprised? I didn't exactly invite you in.
That's fair. I figured subtlety would be best, for a reason that'll become clear very soon. But I wanted to make myself, well, known to you. After all, I will be keeping a bit of a closer eye on you, on all of you, going forward.
What do you mean?
Oh, she didn't tell you. Of course. I've been, let's use the word contracted. Certain forces at play are understanding that the scale of power in the world is increasing. Alter growing more and more deadly with each passing generation. And concerned eyes have concerned interests. And
Contracted
concern
by who?
always breeds desperation. By Director Victory herself, of course. Well, don't look surprised. She needs me.
Wasn't that lovely?
After all, you can't control what you don't understand, no? And who understands Altered better than me? This is, of course, set top secret disclosure. In fact, I shouldn't even be telling you this. But I have that much trust in you, my dear Five.
Well, thank you for the trust.
Oh, my trust in you will breed many things, as will yours in me. First off, I assume you've heard from some of your siblings. 2, 4, 7 more recently. Have you heard from the rest at all?
Who is 4?
What's 4? It's 4 is fucking Feather, right?
6.
Shit, 6 is Feather. Fuck. Okay, my
Okay.
bad.
But I also haven't heard from Feather in a long time.
Yes, but
Okay,
yeah.
okay, wait, but okay. Okay, I see. Sorry. Okay.
So yeah, so I've assumed you've heard from some of your siblings. 2, 6, 7 more recently. Have you heard from the rest?
Not heard from, I've heard of 1.
Oh.
Still at Nova.
So you know. And here I thought Katrina was keeping him under wraps. Nonetheless, still, gratitude is gratitude. 3 and 4 are overseas, deployed in the South Americas and East Asia, respectively. I believe they're underground. 3, I think, is operating as a hero, and 4 is in a wrestling ring, believe it or not. 8, I lost contact with somewhere around Southern Africa. I last heard they were operating as a ranger for a safari. 9 is deceased, about a year ago.
My condolences.
Certainly unfortunate. I couldn't get in contact and recover a body or speak with the family.
I have so many questions, but realistically, it's like one of those things where right now for fives, it's not even worth asking. Because it's just like a whole other can of worms.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't trust anything this guy is saying in the first place, so. But like, what the fuck?
And in fact, so fives, I'm gonna snap you back into your punching for a bit. You're kind of coming back out of that conversation. You're kind of back to your punching bag and kind of like, what a fucking stupid ass combo that was. It was awkward, and he's saying all this shit.
Steal a child?
No. That did not happen. In fact, I'll even tell you that he later went up to clarify that when he said that is that basically a lot of the Jade Cycle experiments who like fled and went off on their own. Some of them,
okay.
you know,
Like
fell in with families or even started families. You know, so like it's.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Okay,
so it's
okay.
Yeah, no, not kidnapping children.
Okay.
No, that's not.
I was
not
like,
where we're going with that.
like to their parents? Like what? That's like insane. I thought none of us had parents. Okay.
So fives, while I bring you back to your punching for a brief bit, I want to know if you got any info or any I want to know what you gleaned from this convo. So how about you roll for me? Why don't you roll Pierce the Mask for me, huh?
Oh boy. Okay.
Please roll. Plus mundane.
Got an 8 plus
Ooh.
my mundanity 0, so an 8.
An 8 is a hit. You get to ask one question from the list. And the list is as follows. What are you really planning? What do you want me to do? What do you intend to do? How can I get your character to blank? How can I gain influence over you? I don't know why I'm doing this little hand thing right now.
What does Rivers intend to do?
I like that question. So fives, you're going through your motions again, still kind of training and like maybe even hitting with more force, sweat building up as the bag begins to reverberate more with more force. The pistons almost having to compress down more to keep it stationary while you're swinging as hard as you can. And you get brought back again to the conversation as it's later in the evening now and Rivers is still kind of idly sipping at the last of that tea for a bit. And just, formalities aside, and I'm sure we'll have much to talk about in the future, I am in fact here with a purpose. This stays between you and I, but I have an advanced tracking algorithm that I've been tuning to various signals and frequencies. I previously only had it able to tune to all of you, so I could at least know your locations, if not your health statuses. It was weak, but functional. But without the right algorithm, I simply couldn't expand it. But with the right data sets, I could track every altered and most alteration energy signals globally. It's something I imagine Katrina would want to get her hands on, which is mostly why she's keeping her data secret from me. Imagine that, though. No Arizona conspiracy. You can't have power-stealing aliens coming around if you know every instance of a power being used around the world. Not while I'm here. Not while I'm here. What is important is that I got my data. From who isn't really necessary for you to know right now, but I tracked something. An incredibly rare, an incredibly powerful energy signature coming from somewhere in New Jump City, almost moments after the attack on Nova HQ ended. I have eyes on almost every altar present at that scene, and none of them register anything close to that level of energy. So I have to know, my dear Fives, what happened last night?
I hate this man. I hate this man so much.
Yeah, that's fair, you should.
Let me think a little bit.
If you want, you actually don't have to answer that right now. We can come back to the flashback later on, and you can reveal how you answered. I actually kind of like leaving the cliffhanger of not knowing how Fives answered.
Bet.
So let's cut back out of that for a bit. But I will give you the answer to your what do you intend to do. It's very clear that if a new altered popping up is whatever, those happen all the time, right? If something new, if a new energy signature was picked up by Rivers, and it's interesting enough that he's literally coming to you and telling you things that he's done behind Victory's back to get info on it, it's something he fucking needs to know. Meaning it's probably a big damn deal.
I see.
But I'll leave you with that as we slide back to you, just kind of, again, focusing on that routine of kind of punching and focusing and punching. And I imagine it's around that time that you hear like a knock not too far from where you are, kind of at like the main entryway to this training ground, and just, hey, we're gonna get this one cleaned out and sanitized. We're doing each floor one by one. It's protocol. You mind if we clear you out?
Fine. They'll give the bag another smack and then... Are there multiple training grounds?
There are, if you want.
I think they'll just move to a different training ground in that case.
Makes enough sense to me. In that case, I'll leave you to return to your training for just a moment, Fives, as, well, we've got some drama to tap back in on. Mel. We left with you standing in front of your mother, who asked you in detail what happened last night. How are you answering?
So I'm trying to decide how I'm gonna answer this.
You got it.
I know I've been thinking the whole time, and I still.
It's okay. You're good. I'll set the mood for you first. A little sad, sentimental track.
So Aurelia and I saw the smoke from my room, and we went to HQ. And when we got there, most of the Cypress League was already there. And then Jet showed up and confronted us, demanding that we bring Victory out so that she could release Grayson. And we said we weren't going to do that. And we all started fighting. We split up. Aurelia ended up fighting Jet. She kept him pinned down. Fives went after Scylla. And Banshee fought Uplink. I took down Animus so that the guards could get into the buildings and help clear out civilians.
On your own, she cuts you off.
Yes.
Impressive. Continue.
And Animus, when Animus got back up, he put up some kind of some kind of wall of shadows. It was everywhere, and we were all separated. And at that point, I think Banshee had teleported inside HQ.
She can teleport.
Yeah, that was new to us too.
I see. I presume you don't know what happened inside HQ then?
I had an idea of what she was going to do, but I don't know how she did it.
And what happened then?
Ives crashed Scylla into Animus and the wall broke. And Uplink said over the comms that the Banshee had gotten into the building and Jet freaked out. He got out of Aurelia's control and started trying to go into HQ.
And you were the only one standing there having fought Animus.
Yeah,
You stood against him?
I did.
I see.
I talked to him and kept him from going inside. And by that point, Banshee had teleported back out with Grayson.
I see. Did you all escape at that point?
Victory came out and tried to arrest Banshee, and I don't exactly know how it happened. But she, Grayson, Jet, and I ended up somewhere else. I don't know where. And Grayson was freaking out. He was going to go off again.
And he did not?
No.
For what reason?
Banshee thinks I did something.
It's something.
She said a gold aura covered him, and it just stopped the atomization process.
A golden aura, you say?
Jet doesn't have any powers like that, and Banshee doesn't have powers like that.
So it would seem. Jet and Grayson, where are they now?
I don't know.
Keep it that way. Victory. We'll be hunting for him. This act was brazen. A response will be swift, and it will be strict. I've said before that there are many things I would do if given the opportunity, but I am shackled by my station. I fear you are about to learn exactly what that means. Is there anything else you would say for yourself?
I know it doesn't fix anything. Not by a long shot, but I am sorry.
We share that in kind. I pushed you away. Made you believe I thought you incapable. Made you think you were not made for this. I will ask you 3 simple questions. First, what will you do now?
Well, first I'm going to make sure my team is okay.
My second question. How do you believe Victory will respond to what happened last night?
Search of the city, maybe a lockdown. And she's probably going to try to question all of us.
And my final question, then. What are you prepared to do to ensure the boy is kept safe?
Whatever I have to do. Even if it means putting myself in chains.
She rears herself back, stands to her full height, and looks down at you, a glowering look in her eyes. You will awake at 6:30 every morning. Your training with me will be 4 days a week. Weekends will be alternating. It will not be easy on you. It will not be. It will be rigorous, and you will grow through it. Additionally, you'll be doing dishes in the kitchen for at least a month. And outside of occasional visits from your friends and attending your classes, and very infrequent patrols, you will not be leaving that room. Your father will speak to you of this more when he's home. She kicks down at the shield, and it ricochets off of the ground up, back into her arm. You asked me how I earned the right to hold the shield from my mother. The truth is, I've never quite known. Perhaps we'll find out soon. And she starts walking back towards the house. Medusa. I like it.
Thought it was clever because she was created by Athena.
And she stops. Looks back over her shoulder. and quirks a small smirk. And wordlessly walks back into the house. And if there's nothing else you have there, I believe the team has to do some checking in, both out of game and when we come back, probably in game too. So while we give them some time to do that, let's let you all at home refuel, defuel, and get yourselves back together. Don't touch that dial, flip that page, or close that issue, as we'll be back in just a few moments. Take care. And we return to the streets of New Jump City. A busy morning as the city never sleeps even after tragedy strikes. As the city still begins to heal from the attacks all over it, most notably at Nova HQ, our Sirens seemingly suitably shattered. You like that alliteration I just did right there? Need to seem to come together and reclaim their team morale. And what better way to do that than, well, why not let them figure it out? So gang, who does it first? Who puts out the first text? Who puts out the first call? Who sends the first email? You know? Who drops the Discord link? What happens here?
I was gonna say Cleo would immediately after her doctor's appointment. So she's still not doctor's appointment, therapist appointment, same thing. She's still like slugging her way down the hallway with her phone out, and she's just like, oh, God. And it's just gonna be hey guys, I'm sorry for last night. If you still want to be friends and stuff, I would love the chance to explain myself and my reasonings. But also, if you hate me, that's okay too. But I would like it if you didn't. Aurelia. I know you can hear these pings. Aurelia.
Picture this. Aurelia's room. On her mattress that they provided that she's never used. Her cell phone. Constantly going off.
All right. Okay, maybe we meet for shawarma. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna go to that tall building and just kind of scream up and hope she hears me.
Fives will reply and say, I'll grab her.
Cleo will say thank you, followed by a gif of someone bowing to you.
I'll meet you there, but we have to do it when I have supposed to be in class. Hashtag grounded.
Just break the
math
rules!
class
Break
at
the
2 p.m.
rules! Defy your mother more!
I think we've got the maths at 2. So you don't need to go to that one.
We get all our assignments online anyway.
Yep.
Sounds like it's a 2 p.m. shawarma date then, gang. Fives, how do you go about grabbing Aurelia?
I'm gonna swoop.
You gotta shoot? Like Blockboy JB?
No, like salt and pepper.
Okay, got it.
You
So-
go again. Oh.
What's my weakness? Man!
So, Fives, you take a long swoop, spiraling in an arcing flight path up jump towers, and you reach the top where you expect her to be, and well, what do you know? One extra dimensional, not extraterrestrial.
I know.
I didn't expect you to greet her like that.
I don't know.
She's like moody as fuck, like hello.
Why you not answering her texts?
I left that terrible contraption in the room.
Fair enough. Well, Cleo wants us to go get shawarma and apologize. And explain what happened.
Is
Not
this
like she
something-
wants us to apologize, she wants to apologize to us.
Is this something that I'm supposed to do?
Show up and hear her out, I guess? I mean, if you don't want to, that's okay, I guess, but...
I believe it may be beneficial to try to seek clarity within my current state.
Faintly in the background, Tyson's head is floating up in space. Don't be a bitch to people.
Same. Cleo said that she'd explain what happened.
Do you want to go?
I think I should.
I don't believe that answers my question.
Clocked.
What was the question?
Do you want to go?
Yes.
I'm learning about this thing called tone.
The call out is crazy.
Reading you for filth right now, to be honest. I'm not even gonna lie to you, actually.
Yeah. Caught. Whether I want to go or not, it's important to hear her out.
Then I will accompany you. I think out of those around us, you make the most sense to me.
Aww.
I'll take that as a compliment.
You see Aurelia processing because it's like she says things and then like sometimes people say compliments or sometimes they're like no offense taken, and it's like why are people feeling so many emotions by what she says? She's just saying stuff.
People feel feelings when I say words? Fuck is up with that? Like, let's.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
The hell?
Differ?
What the hell? Okay.
The hell are you?
So you see her pondering this moment, and then she's like, "So, where are we meeting?"
Same place.
The social gathering for sustenance.
It's a good one, isn't it?
Yes.
That's a nice shawarma, baby!
Shall I follow you?
That would be good. I'd rather not get there first.
Would you rather not get there at all?
Corn dog's face.
We have to show up.
I don't believe we have to do anything, but I have heard your point, and I will accompany you.
Thank you.
All right.
And then you just see Aurelia like take one step off the building, start fast falling.
True.
Just one step.
I think Fives will rise up into the air and then dive, like following suit.
All right.
Yeah, she looks like she's falling out of Kingdom Hearts or something. She's like looking up at you while she's falling backward.
Leaving me. I'm so sorry.
You just hear the.
Oh, fuck. Oh, God, that's so good.
I'm dead.
Holy shit. Okay. I'm good. So, the two of you video game transition your way over towards the shawarma store for a brief bit. Mel, Cleo, I assume given that you two are skipping class to get here, you two arrive first?
Sure.
All right. Then we'll cut to the two of you arriving. There is, of course, the standard usual affair. It's later in the lunch hour, so it's not too busy in here. There's still plenty of good smells all around. And I think equally, there is...
Can you see his little head?
No, I just see
No.
you pointing. No, now I see it.
Oh, now I see it.
You can't see him on the screen. Sorry. He's coming in here and he's like slamming his paws into me because like two of the things I can keep down right now are toast and mashed potatoes. So I'm eating some mashed potatoes. And he keeps coming up to me. He's like, I get to eat with mommy. She loves to give me her food. And so he just keeps coming up and going, yeah. And
Mashed potatoes!
You're like scared as shit to like try to trim his nails. So
All right.
it's just a whole mess over here.
I'll keep the
No.
shawarma tones low so he doesn't get too
It's
excited.
like shawarma now.
Well, while someone is outside the store going shawarma now, I'm kidding. You're all
Weird talent hands.
two of you arrive inside, and while it's not too busy, there is the TV that kind of angles towards the back is on, and is of course playing a news report from last night. It's like 24-hour coverage of everything that happened. People are saying a lot about what's going on, obviously. But the two of you are here, Mel and Cleo, and you can find yourself somewhere to sit or a place to get ready and await your two friends. Anything you're talking about while you're waiting?
How are you doing, Cleo?
Oh, you know. I'm dealing with a lot of feelings right now because, like, I probably should have told you guys, but at the same time, I was scared Nova would find out, and I feel like there's too many people at Nova that are up to unscrupulous things to have my data. And now they definitely have it because I definitely did it in their literal building. But I feel like I did an okay thing for Grayson, and I feel like that might not be the consensus. And I'm nervous. Also, sorry that you had to see the cabin. It's from the 70s, and it's kind of falling apart, but, like, you know, it's ours. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, sorry for the must. Musk? Musk. Ugh, we don't want to talk about that either. I'm sorry. For more than just the place, but for not telling you sooner.
I think you have a right to keep whatever you want about your powers private.
What happened?
Stop your dub.
He and the cat got into a fight at the top of the stairs, and he was like, and normally he doesn't like cry like that. So I went, what happened? And now he's fine and looking for snacks.
Drama
My
queen.
son
It
is
was a
so
ruse.
dramatic.
It was a ruse.
Drama queen. Oh my god.
I love him so much. He's so dumb. But yeah, I'm so sorry. Because I know that was a surprise. And I also didn't mean to bamf you, or technically Jet. I barely knew that I could bamf outside of myself. That was actually a roll of the dice.
Yeah, kind of a
to see-
surprise. But I'm glad it happened because of how it worked out. Even though I don't
Yeah.
really know how it worked out.
Yeah. Like, we should have done... I could have done things differently, but we got the result that hopefully we wanted. And I feel like you and I were just on the same page about that without, like, necessarily voicing it. But now that makes me feel like I've created a clique within a clique, and that's not cool. That's a gross feeling when you're on the outside of it.
Oh.
And I feel really bad about that part. But at the same time, we got Grayson out. And I'm like, I'm trying to be happy that I did the thing that I set out to do, but I'm really kind of sad. Like, and that's like more overpowering. Also,
Just to
sorry, I
kind
did a bong rip right before I got on my scooter to. I gave myself
That's
like that
okay.
10-minute window to get here before it came to.
It feels really bad that we kind of went behind Vibes and Aurelia's back.
Yeah, yeah.
Funny, because right on cue, the door opens. And what do you know? It's Fives and Aurelia.
Cleo is sweating profusely.
Aurelia doesn't wave.
I am going to acquire some meat. And then I will sit down.
Okay.
Don't laugh,
Okay.
Fox.
Fair enough. I'm good. I'm. What do you mean? I'm chilling.
I need to talk about Aurelia's fit real quick. She's in like a platinum some shit. No, what's the word? She's in like a shiny leather fucking trench coat that's like floor length with like knee-high white boots with platforms and like a little skinny dress on.
Hey, yo.
Goddamn. Okay.
Little skinny dress on, but it goes up to her neck. So she has like a little turtleneck. It's like sleeveless and it's like fucking long ass fucking coat, almost like Blade, but like I don't know, a white woman. Well, she's not white technically.
She's light itself.
Yeah, exactly. A light woman.
But in the yeah.
Yeah. But like in
I'm
the
actually
literal
not
sense.
capable. Word.
And she's wearing
Well,
sunglasses inside.
Naturally.
Well,
Turning
now
heads
I
is
want to do
always.
my outfit at lunch.
Okay, poker face.
Sure. Go on.
Okay, so Cleo is in her normal there's a better name for them than harem pants, but you know those like loose fit, like
Baggy.
it connects at the hips and then it goes out and then it comes back in, almost like parachute pants level.
I have those. I'm aware.
And she for her top, it's a nice little black top that in the very like traditional like US dollar sign font just says 1312 on it. Because she likes to speak in code. That gives her joy, and it's a lot less confrontational than just putting ACAP, because sometimes people can't figure out acronyms. And that's too bad for them. So she's got her 1312 shirt on, and she's got her hair unusually pulled up off of her neck, almost like she's been sweating profusely thinking about this. And she had to get her hair off her neck because it was just sticking. So it's just like messy top bun of curls. That's just... She looks frazzled. Like almost like she just like fell into an electric fence and then kind of ran here after. Because that's what
I see.
emotions do to Cleo.
Mood. Well, while we're here, anybody else want to describe the fit, or are we good?
My vibe is a man needs his meat. That's
You know,
what
I'm
we're
not here to
going for
debate. I'm not even here to argue with that, gang. Like, all right, well, it's almost like, again, as per usual, you all have your standard table that you usually get sat at in the corner that has the window view, and it's kind of a bit more separated from everybody else. And it's, again, not very busy right now, so you're able to pretty comfortably grab yourself a healthy helping and meal and put yourself an order in and find yourself seated, the four of you at the table. What's the vibe? Who speaks first? What do you speak? So let's more appropriatize the vibes here.
I am absolutely gonna immediately occupy myself with eating and looking at my food.
Aurelia's gonna look at Fives eating and looking at her food.
Cleo is gonna play the intro to "Let's Go Crazy" by Prince, which is "Jilly Beloved," and then it like continues on for a moment, and then be like, "Okay, sorry for the bit. I'm glad you all came. I'm very, very sorry for being a dick and kind of keeping secrets, which isn't something that we should be doing, and I did a lot of them, and then a lot of them on camera, which means you guys found out at the same time as everyone else, which is gross and disgusting, and I'm really fucking sorry. Also, I'm still learning that I can bamf more people. To be fair, I did not want Mel or Jet to come with, or at least I hadn't intended for them to come with, if that makes sense. The bamf just kind of absorbed them, so I'm learning new things about it. I'm sorry, you guys. I feel like a heap of shit. I feel like I did the right thing in regards to Grayson, and I feel like I did a lot of wrong things to do the right thing. And it feels like the wrong things kind of outweigh my emotional capacity versus the other. I'm sorry? And then Cleo is going to proceed, like the second there's like an extended pause, you'll just start to see her like mouth start to quiver, and she's like tears blubber up in her eyes, and she's like, no, gotta keep it together, and you can see her actively fighting, crying in front of you, because she doesn't want to manipulate the situation, make you guys feel bad because she feels bad when she feels like she did something wrong. So she's just doing her best to suck it all back in, and she's wincing from the capacity of her energy that this is taking, right? To not like, kind of like lash out with a lot of these emotional bad feelings.
I think Fives will kind of like stir in their garlic sauce with a fry and say, is the bamf the like disappearing thing?
Yeah, I've known for a long time that I can teleport, because as a child, when things were scary, I would suddenly disappear from a situation. So that's part of the reason why I don't watch a lot of horror movies. Really gets wild. And so I try not to put myself in spots where it can happen, because I'm not always in control of it. That's part of the whole thing. So I just really haven't used it because it makes me, I'm not in control, and that makes me scared. I like being in control. I like knowing what will happen next. I like I'm glad that my instincts were good when I used it, because my brain wasn't. You know? The whole time I was sitting there freaking out going, oh god, we're gonna get killed by Nova. Or Jet, actually. And Uplink. Uplink was... that was rough.
Anyways,
that's not what...
fair.
Sorry.
I mean, I want to accept your apology. I do.
It's it's okay if it can't be right now. Like, I get it.
Aurelia will take off her sunglasses, place them on the table.
Cleo's gonna clench her asshole. Just sit up a little bit straighter. Everything's clenched underneath. Like,
You see, like, almost a glowing ring around her irises that you typically don't see, right? And it's
she is
almost
light
like...
and she is eternal. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. So you're picking up what I'm putting down. And she tells you, I do not feel as if your secrets were as puzzling to me as were your actions that could have caused great harm to not only yourself, but to all those around you.
I'm not the kind of human that lets people rot in a cage. Especially if they haven't been given a try.
Are you forgetting the part where he could have killed all of us? And you?
Yeah, no. I was okay with me dying if it meant getting him out.
You don't get to make that choice for the rest of us. I get you like being in control.
Fair point. But also kid in cage.
I have been deep in thought about all sides that I can. And while I'm not one to take a stance, typically, I feel as if two things can be correct. Should a child be placed in a cage? No. But should someone hastily make the decision to free them, causing them tremendous emotional trouble that could lead them into killing many around them, I also do not believe that is correct. I think we could have found a different way. One where you don't risk your life, nor those around you. And it has me beg the question, what if Athena lost both of her daughters to the same person?
We did learn something because of what Cleo did, though. We might have a way to keep Grayson from atomizing people. couldn't see it, but Cleo saw an aura around him, and she thinks it was from me. And it stopped him from going off.
Right. Just real quick, we just learned that literally yesterday, and I didn't want to text it to you in case either of you had been taken in by Nova. Because it's not my business to out Mel, and it's not Mel's business to out herself to the government.
You guys, because I trust you.
Wow.
That is
It is.
fortunate.
And I'm recognizing that the way we learned this was really lucky. But if some actions aren't taken, we may never learn things.
I think it is quite fortunate that that is the outcome. But if that was not the outcome, do you think that risk would have been worth it? This world has taught me that not everybody sees right the same way. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't consider others in trying to define your own. And what has me the most troubled is how limited in insight both of your actions have been when it comes to your safety and the safety of others.
I want you guys to know this wasn't planned. Like, I hadn't thought about this or anything until, like, the opportunity came up. And what my heart and mind wanted me to do was see if there was a way to get to him to see that he was okay.
Actually, real quick, because, like, y'all talked about it. You texted Mel, but I'm just saying that, like, actually...
Like, find a way out, yes. But I didn't know I could teleport with two people. Even Courtney, did not know I could teleport with two people, so that could be player error. So I was just like, I'm just gonna roll the dice and hope I can, like, figure a way out. Like, I thought I would get.
Oh no, don't worry, that was me.
Yeah. And I was like, when he was like, "You're outside," I think my face went, "What? Like, what do you mean?"
Okay.
I don't know how to go off that fast. All my stuff is little itty bitty baby stuff, but will have cooled my ass into 50 levels up, and that was fun. But also drama.
Okay, sorry to interrupt. You're saying you didn't actually plan it, you're just going with your heart.
I knew that if there was ever a time that I could get great down, I would try to. I didn't know what that try would look like. Honestly, I thought we had years to get to know to figure out if we like ways to keep him safe. But like the past week alone has been nuts. And I don't think there's years left to figure out what the like new world order. So I acted brashly, quite irrationally, But somehow, by fate, by the metaphorical dice that rule the world, I got out. And I got out with Grayson. And thank goodness for Mel and the Banff ability. There was a lot. You're right. There was a lot of things that happened within like 40 seconds of each other that went by way too fast. And I didn't know how to ask for help. I just wanted to get him somewhere safer than there.
That's fair. But we're a team.
We are a team. I should have consulted you guys the whole time. And that's
So
on
ask
me.
for help next time.
Okay.
Guys, can go ahead and add one of the team pool for me real quick?
Oh, I was gonna ruin it.
How, Dad?
I was gonna ruin it. Oh.
I mean, it really is say your shit.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
say your shit, but I just thought that was a
Say
really
your
good team
piece.
moment.
Okay. So you took him out of this place that you did not think was safe. And where did you leave him? Is it with a family member that put his own needs above the child's?
Technically, yes, but that's because I haven't told them how to get home. They're actually
so
very
we're-
chill with being there, and they're very content with their solitude, and I will bring you there whenever you would like. They're taking a minute to talk things through. And that was not a conversation that I deserve to be a part of.
I'm just unsure if your definition of safety is the same as mine. Because just last night, I was stopping punches from the man that you left this child with.
Cleo's gonna reach down and say, "Hi, I need to know that you guys are safe. Preferably a visual update, if you can. Also, please tell me the cabin is still standing. And I think my dad should be there by now? Question mark?
Takes a few moments, like maybe about a minute or two. You get a reply almost immediately, which means you know it's not, like, you didn't see any bubbles type up, so you knew it wasn't typing, it was just a picture. It is a picture you see. It looks like Jet kind of over the shoulder, and you can see there's still like awkward lines of black corruption kind of running over where places where his veins might be. But over his shoulder, seems like Grayson and your dad are on the floor doing a puzzle.
Hell yeah. Yeah. So I did not leave them there, or at least not for very long. That was like 10 before my dad showed up. And my dad's who helped me get through a lot of my powers. And so is my mom, but she has a lot of like city council meetings to go interrupt and things like that. So she's a bit more preoccupied outside the house.
It is much fortunate that we find ourselves in this position, but I cannot help but question the integrity of a man who is under balls.
Ooh, yeah.
What is he under balls of? What would I say that is?
Sway, influence, corruption. There's a lot of different
There we
words
go.
to use.
Under balls, corruption. I've never met an entity much like my own. And to see someone with such a fondness for chaos I just believe we are much fortunate to find ourselves in these circumstances, but I'm unsure if they will remain this way.
I mean, that's fair. Yeah, Vol sucks. I do not
True
like
that.
him.
True
I
that.
do not like knowing that he probably knows where my secret. Yeah, that's really bad.
Well, what's done is done.
I'm just gonna text my dad real quick. Hey, there might be a creepy demon guy who might look like the villain in a romantasy novel. If he shows up, he is a bad guy. Do not trust. Woodhouse in lockdown.
You get a thumbs up in reply.
Yeah.
Your dad's married to your ma. Superhero shit is it just comes with the fucking territory at this point.
Yep. So, fun fact about the house, it was me-proofed. So, if I scream too loud and stuff, it would not impact the people around, and it wouldn't let me teleport outside of it. It's got some weird sciencey bullshit stuff that my dad understands and my mom understands. They want me to go to school for science, but I do a lot of drugs in my free time, and that's a lot of work. I don't want to do it. So,
Bias nods understandingly. That seems like you. But so you can teleport in, but you can't teleport out? Or was this...
I can't teleport in either, but I did last night. I'm gonna check with my dad and see it. Dad, turn the alarm on. The dome thing alarm. I will remember 100 to teleport outside. Because Cleo has probably run into that dome before, forgetting that it was turned on. Bounced off.
Happens, you know. Listen, sometimes powers are a bit weird, you know. It takes practice and experience. Not an
My
issue.
dad
That's
might be
really
like
weird.
Scarlet Witch, but he's just really about puzzles.
Listen, it's
He just
priorities,
wants
all
things
right.
put together.
Hero shit second, puzzles first. We gotta listen, you know.
Yep. He's smart and also a hero.
I'm
Which is
just
unfortunate.
glad that your dad exists, because you got too many weird smart people. Scary smart people.
Yeah, turns out that's like maybe 4% of the smart people. Like, there's a lot of really smart people that just have their head down and just aren't fucking around with the other shit, which is cool, but also annoying. Get involved. But I've seen them, and they come to like my parents' parties and stuff, and then they talk about the things, and you're like, that's straight messed up. Like, that's not real. It just doesn't make sense to me sometimes. But I'm not a philosopher.
Anybody gonna ask why Five said that, or we just gonna let that one hang?
I'm letting it hang.
Why would you say that?
Swinging.
Nobody interrogating that?
I think
No?
it's
Okay.
gonna be like, can you say that again for me? I started talking over it, and then I feel like
I'll be honest, I don't remember exactly what I said, but
We talked
was-
about smart
Oh,
and
yeah.
weird
Yeah.
Right.
people.
Is
Oh yeah.
good
Can
that
only-
they're not
How many smart,
not
weird people do you know outside of Vol?
Uh,
I mean, I think
It's
Katrina
very
Victory's
doctors.
one.
mostly.
I also think her attendant is one. I can't remember her actual job title, but I'm pretty sure she's a super smart person that's weird.
Was Dr. Rivers scary? Or weird?
Yeah,
I
I'm
hate that
thinking
man. So
it would be cool if I had your dad instead, but your dad probably wouldn't experiment like that, so that wouldn't work out that way.
I mean, my parents did their like fair share of experiments to learn safety features that they could build around me versus how to enhance or like turn me into a weapon. Though I kind of became one anyway. Your dad sucks. And I'm sorry that my dad's not your dad too. Be pretty.
That's okay.
If you want, I will shit in a perforated bag and throw it at him.
You might have the opportunity sooner than you think.
Be back?
This
Cleo
Is
looks
that-
into her bag to see if there's a Ziploc in there or some kind.
Aurelia taking in your statement pokes a bit in saying, do you believe he is up to something?
Absolutely. He showed up in my apartment.
That is quite alarming. And you see her while she's trying to be like distant and shit and like not like cold, but you know, like so honest and cool, because that's what she is. She says, how are you feeling?
A lot of things. Frustrated? Confused? I don't exactly know what he wants from me, but I know he wants something. And he's acting like he trusts me way more than he should. I don't know if it's just because he's crazy. But Victory contracted him to work on something for the like hero, what is it called? The hero
Registry?
description? The hero
The registry,
Yeah,
yes.
the registry.
Cleo's texting her mom about it immediately.
I don't know why he'd tell me this though.
Sometimes when in I don't know. It was a weird book I read called Art of War because some douchebag recommended it, and so I read it. It's stupid. Don't actually read it. It does not make you a better person. Anyways. Sometimes people will just like bombard you with information to give you the sense that they're trying to give you like this sense of trust or openness to lure you in to manipulate. It's kind of like love bombing, but with secrets instead. So you feel like you're really close to someone because they do it all the time on The Real Housewives.
Interesting.
I like how
Maybe
that
I should
exists in
study this Real
universe.
Housewives.
Oh my gosh, the Housewives of Jump City, they're like everywhere.
I hate this. I hate this. Mm, Kizzy.
Okay.
Aurelia is going to say maybe he sees use in you.
I mean, he did make me as a tool, so. I don't doubt that he wouldn't be happy to wield my power once again.
I think it is important that it is stated that regardless of what this person who created you had in mind, it is your own life, and you should live it the way you see fit. Hopefully, in a way that doesn't hurt others. But
I still smile at that.
No, I need to stop. But I have a feeling that in your self, you do not choose a life akin to that.
Thanks, Aurelia. Yeah, I don't plan on letting him direct.
Well, friends, any more lingering thoughts to expose while we're having the open space?
If you guys sorry, I just choked on spit. If you guys want to go to the cabin, I am happy to take you there. You just have to plan for a relatively long drive. Either my mom or dad will have to take us. Still don't know how to drive the.
Can Aurelia kind of like poke into Cleo's mind to find out like general location where this cabin is?
You can read minds?
Yeah, she has telepathy. She got it last
What
episode.
happened?
Last episode.
So
I forgot.
My thing!
She's growing.
Everybody's gaining powers I didn't know about. Okay, cool.
I'm
You could.
gaining
Okay.
powers.
Honestly, she does have kind of Cleo's powers in that sense too, because she can mind blast.
True. So,
Stealing my
here's
look.
what-
Coming into my planet, stealing my look.
Aurelia would
Like,
never
go take
steal
one of your
anybody's.
powers now.
Aurelia would never steal anybody's look unless she's trying to. Because that's
Give me a
literally
roll.
one of her. That's literally one of her powers.
You can give me a roll to unleash your powers if you'd like.
Okay, I went to grab my dice.
I need a
I
2d6
roll to
plus
resist
freak.
it with my powers if I feel it coming in.
You know?
I want a dome around my brain.
Mind battle! Mind battle!
Okay, let's see. How do I want to handle this mechanically? Because I would say it'd be both of you just rolling to unleash your powers. Because I think that'd be interesting. But then that doesn't really give me a good result for what happens on it for the contest. It would just be based on who rolls higher, which I don't think I like too much. So
Can I say that her trying to get a location, it's like she doesn't have any like probing feels to it. She isn't trying to like get into your privacy. Like the main reason why she wants to know a general location is to see if it is around the faintest aura she detected that is similar to the person that was trying to reach out to you.
Did you tell the gang where that was headed? Like where that was? I'm pretty sure you did, right?
I believe I did.
Then I'll save you the trouble. Cleo, you would know that yes, the travel towards Hawk Mountain, where like off toward the distance, where Aurelia mentioned that like energy that she picked up from, it's not like in the same area as your cabin, but if you're driving out there, it's in the same direction.
Okay, then let's just say while Aurelia is trying to unleash her powers, it's to send Cleo a general map of where she detected this energy. So she can be the one to either confirm or deny it.
I like it. Let's do it. Give me a roll to unleash your powers if you'd like.
I did 9.
Oh, cool. So with a 9, you can either mark a condition, or I can tell you how the effect is unstable or temporary.
Can I just do what I said?
I mean, it's gonna happen. You're gonna get your thing. It's just a matter of if it's unstable or temporary.
Oh. I don't get it. Wait, temporary? Yeah, I don't want to temporarily. I want to temporarily show her the thing. I don't want her to always think about that one place.
Oh yeah, no, I think temporary in this instance just means that like I think what I think is like when I say unstable, I think in this instance I would interpret unstable temporary as like you're not able to give her like a sonar ping like where this thing is directly exactly because you didn't even really get that yourself, but you're able to kind of like impress the feeling of what you experienced when you were feeling that energy to Cleo, and Cleo, the way your brain kind of interprets that, you can roughly again because you've been to the cabin and you know how to get from there to here. You're like, okay, I think if you're heading out to the cabin and then you keep driving out maybe another like half a day, you'd end up in the area probably around. You probably still have to get out and search for a while on foot to really figure out where the fuck it's coming from specifically. But you think you could get a sense of like, okay, yeah, same direction.
I think you'll get like an affirmative kind of like sonar ping back, like yeah. But you can also feel the uncertainty after. Kinda. Also, careful if you go inside here. And Cleo will point at her head. This is all telepathic, by the way. There's a lot of screaming. So just careful.
That's where I keep the trauma.
Yes. It's going to turn into Moon Knight.
I think out loud Aurelia would say, I appreciate the warning. And I want it to be that the people who don't know what's going on are just like, what the fuck?
Mel and Fives just kind of look at each other like, okay.
Is this a gay thing? No.
This is a gay thing.
It's definitely now a gay thing, believe it or not.
Gay!
Are you gonna send back are you gonna tell everyone?
Aurelia is gonna think it back to you. I've said enough today, but like in her tone. So I guess you would be like, how I always say shit. I don't want to do it right now. I feel weird after saying that in a regular voice and not,
You're good.
Whatever.
You get a casual little all right. I won't tell anyone, but you could do it sometime. I'm sure they wouldn't care.
I'm sorry. I'm dying at this comment. I just came. I don't mean to break the game up.
I'm so sorry. I apologize.
But our very own Fives in the chat has said the T in LGBT is for telepathy.
The gays, they be talking with their eyes.
I love you guys, by the way, if you didn't know that.
Every telepath in X-Men is now gay.
It's true. Wait, they weren't already?
I mean...
We'll debate that later. In any case. We'll debate that later. Before that, though. So, what's the plan, friends? Seems like we've hit a bit of a conversational impasse. Unless there's anything else anybody wants to share.
I think I don't want to make any plans right now.
Okay, that's fair. You don't have to.
Aurelia's gonna put her sunglasses back on.
Okay, valid.
Mel is going to casually drop. So my mom knows that I'm Medusa now.
What did you just say?
How did that go?
Just soda.
It's everywhere. The whole window is covered in soda now.
Yeah.
Aurelia
Become the soda fountain.
takes off her glasses once again, but cooler. She's like, now I gotta put these on so I can
What did
see.
you say?
Yeah, I think she figured it out last night. She confronted me about it this morning.
Is she gonna stop you from working with us?
I don't think so. I'm grounded. So I'm not supposed to be out of the house except for classes and very infrequent patrols, but she's gonna start training me.
That's good.
How are you feeling about it?
She said a lot of stuff that I think makes sense now with how she talked to you guys during the meeting. About how her position as a hero has her feeling shackled. And that there's parts of herself that she's had to sacrifice to be in her position. And I couldn't bring myself to tell her that she has the power to break that.
Yeah. I'm proud of you. Is that the right thing? Because it kind of feels like it came out, but it's not a gay thing right now. So I'm really happy for you. And also am a shoulder to cry on.
Thanks. I don't know,
What
I
is
think
training with
maybe-
your mom? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I think maybe now we can be more honest with each other. Things might
That's
be
always
better.
good.
Training's gonna be interesting though, if it was anything like she did with Cassie.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go on TV and pretend a lot.
I hope not. 'Cause I'm not that kind of person. She asked me what I thought Victory was going to do next.
I mean, if she's getting the literal devil involved, I mean, I guess he's not a literal devil because Vol looks like a literal, but like the objectively worst man in existence right now. I bet it'll be something so peachy keen. I think it's gonna be really terrible, actually. I'm about to throw up. Sorry, Fives. Your dad sucks.
I mean, you know, a little bit.
But Fives, if you want a less sucky dad, you can also borrow mine. His name is Jim.
Thanks.
It's weird, but if and when we decide to go to the cabin, maybe, you could meet him. Or technically, I guess you guys have seen him before, but he's always doing a puzzle or math and stuff. Like trying to figure out quantum physics with his friend Neil. And I don't know what that's about.
You met mine. He's nice, he's just busy.
Your dad was nice.
Let's all share dads. Except for Dr. Rivers.
The dad.
Yeah, I was
really-
gonna say. I was gonna say.
And Aurelia was gonna say, I don't have a father.
You can borrow ours too.
How do you feel about puzzles? Or Sudoku? Or trying to solve
Sudoku! Now you're talking.
Well, shit. You'll like my dad. Also, he's really good at baking, and that's because he says baking is a science, not an art. Cooking is what my mom does instead.
Bet.
Hey, Franz. Not to interrupt on the schmooze here, but I'm going to interrupt on the schmooze here a little bit.
Okay.
Or more accurately, something will interrupt the schmooze. And by something, I more accurately mean a faint flash of color to your left. A bit of a emerald green, suddenly.
Oop.
As
Oop.
there is another person standing there in front of you. One you've seen at least once or twice before.
Is this Rabbit?
It's
Sorry.
Rabbit.
Oh, sorry.
Standing in his usual black suit, white shirt, red tie, emerald hair kind of falling about his face with his emerald eyes showing as he kind of appears briefly. And just, hello. Apologies if I'm interrupting something.
You!
He's one of them.
What did you
Hello?
say, Meg? You didn't pick up.
Said hi, Rabbit.
Oh, I said he's one of them.
Oh.
The weird smarts.
Fives will reach out their hand in introduction because they have not formally met Rabbit as their sibling.
They take their hand out and just, my identity's been secret for a while. It is a pleasure to meet you truthfully, Zichi. I have not seen you in many, many years.
I don't remember when I last saw you, but number 5.
Number 1, Just Rabbit. Thank you. And I believe I've not properly introduced myself to the rest of you as well, though this is slightly awkward as I know all of you, of course. Leona? Milena? Aurelia? It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
So
What's my
what?
favorite color?
Yeah.
He leans backward. Red orange.
Ew, okay. Alright, so they know some stuff about it. Not everything. Good gauge.
I, again, apologize. It would appear you were all sharing a meal.
I
Um,
wouldn't define it as sharing. I do not eat.
And I do not share.
Well, I will keep my interruption brief. However, I was sent here to gather you for
by who?
Madam Victory.
No thanks.
Better her than Rivers, but I still don't like that answer.
He looks down somewhat. She predicted there might be animosity and thus permitted me to carry the news myself. In accordant condition with the upcoming registry and the active deployment of all altered above a certain age limit as active Nova agents throughout the city, to ensure efficacy and comfort with new positionings, Madam Victory has decided to deploy all active heroes in squads of 5. As of this moment, as far as Nova rosters consider, you are Hero Cell 346. Or should I say, we are.
What?
I look forward to working with you all.
You're not
No.
quite what one would call a siren, but
Also, no. Sorry, I know this is your sibling. Weird, smart.
hey,
Weird, smart.
you, your dad is smart and Aurelia is weird, and they're all okay.
Yeah, but you
Oh,
can't.
you'll see. Wait.
Fine.
Wait. You see Aurelia take this moment to employ something she just recently learned into her vocabulary and say, "No offense taken."
Comedy comes in 3s, baby.
What?
I promise we can teach Rabbit to be less weird.
What can
He's like
you
Katrina's
teach?
like inside dude.
But can you teach Cleo to trust someone so close to the head of Nova?
I'm part of Nova.
But
Rabbit
are
has been doing
you?
this for the past 4 minutes straight. I believe Miss Milena has a point.
The rules change? I'm
I'm not sure I
18 and
understand.
I'm not altered.
He leans over somewhat and just, you and I are both aware Madam Victory understands differently.
Okay.
I have, however, been sworn to operational secrecy. In fact, none of my interactions with you will be reported directly to her. I am not here to be a mole.
I want to pierce that mask.
Go
I
for
want
it.
to see if this motherfucker is telling me the truth. And I need you to know that this is the worst role for me.
I believe in you. Please roll plus mundane.
And
Just let me roll a 10.
God damn, okay. Hey, mark that spotlight. It's not a 3. It's not a 3. It's not a 3. So
We haven't had a 3 so far, so I'm losing the
I've had a
bet.
3 all night. That said, Mel, you got that full hit. You get to ask 3 questions. I'll give you your options again. What are you really planning? What do you want me to do? What do you intend to do? How can I get your character to blank? How could I gain influence over you?
What are you really planning? What do you intend to do? And how could I gain influence over you?
Oh, the 3 I was hoping you would go for.
Excellent.
As for what Rabbit's really planning, the look on his face looks genuinely curious. And as he just said, he doesn't intend to be a mole. And Mel, you're pretty good at sniffing out when people are lying to you. It doesn't seem like he's really like trying to imply anything more with that. He seems he's like honestly not going to be reporting on you all as if like trying to tell Victory what you're all up to. It seems like he's really curious about all of you. What does he intend to do? Learn as much as he can about all of you. To what end? That seems a little bit less easy to tell, immediately at least. How can I gain influence over you is the fun one. He's been cutting eyes at you every couple of seconds.
Hey. Well, I think we're still eating. Do you want to sit with us?
He looks over to Cleo. If that would be okay.
Whether we like it or not, it's gonna happen, Cleo.
Cleo scooter in a little bit from her normal end seat. Just scoot in a little bit closer to whoever is to her left.
He slides into your right to the empty seat, sits down, kind of nervously grabs a bit of silverware to look at the food and just... If it helps ease tension, I don't believe you all did the wrong thing last night.
Thank you.
Thank you. So, shall we eat then? You're muted, my love.
I said that would probably do a better job of easing the tension. Rabbit's comment, in fact, did not help the tension on my end.
I would say that while my face was visibly disgusted, Aurelia internally was disgusted.
Noted. You sit there kind of quiet for a bit, Rabbit kind of pecking at a plate, wondering what's happening and, kind of quietly trying to eat for a bit. He picks his head up a few times like he's trying to make conversation, but doesn't really seem to say much of anything. And it's as he finally does pick his head up and open his mouth like he's actually going to speak, that he goes, I think, oh, and suddenly you'll see that something on his wrist is beeping. And he taps it quickly and just, reporting, madam. Cell 34-6, you have movement in your zone. Inbound and actively hostile. Move to intercept. And as she closes, as the comlink closes, the camera pans backwards, out, as a figure is descending on what looks like a sort of hovering disc She is tall and statuesque with a flowing cape of several long, sort of like long strands down her back, holds a long spear, and has a helmet atop of her head that angles swept back like wings. Your defenses are weak. Your champions falter. Tremble in fear, New Jump City. Domina comes to conquer.
Oh, that's hot.
And as we enter into what will be our first combat, this is where we're going to smash cut end our first Arc 2 episode of Jump City Sirens. Friends, I want to thank you all for coming out to what has been the premiere of our new Arc 2 Jump City Crackdown. What it means and what that'll lead to, we'll have to see what it looks like for our Jump City Sirens, also known as Hero Cell 3346. I can tell you all about what's going to happen, but instead you'll have to come back in 2 weeks when our next issue airs. So, how about I send my Sirens off with a little bit of a fond farewell. So, heroes, in order that I call you out, please tell me who you are, who you played tonight, where you can be found on the internet, and what lovely things you may have in store for us up next. Let's start with Meg Mysteria themselves.
It's me, Meg and/or Meg Mysteria. I played Mel, who, you know, a boy. Anyway, as far as where you can find me as Meg Mysteria on Twitch, on Twitter, on Itch, on Blue Sky, and for what I've got coming up next, I believe next Wednesday we have Tears of Divinity Fading Chronicle.
Oh, sorry.
And after that, we'll be right back here for our next installment of Jump City Sirens. So that's what I've got coming up in the next 2 weeks. So that's me.
Double the Wednesdays for Meg on Neon Lights. You're welcome, gang. Well, sliding it back on along the overlay over to the one and only Neon Lights exclusive. It's Egg-Chan.
Yo, I'm Emily or Egg-Chan. You can find me as Egg-Chan on Itch and Twitch most. And you can find me here on Saturday for Beacon Time.
Nice. Sorry, I'm excited about that game too. Passing it over and along to, of course, our dearest and favoriteest, Corndog McGraw.
It's me, Corndog McGraw. You can find me on the internet at Corndog McGraw. Okay, bye.
Glad to have you here, gang. And of course, last but certainly very, very far from least, it's Ollie Page 75.
Yeah, that's who I am. I played Aurelia Morphine.
Really just shrinking the length of these outros as we go along, huh, gang?
I'm sleepy, bro.
Get out of here. We're way
I gotta wake up at 5:30 a.m.
All right, well then we'll keep it simple, gang. I'm Young Foxy, aka Big Foxy, also known as Fair Fox Plays Finest. I'm on the internet at Young Foxy. It's YUNGFOXXII _ in the middle sometimes. You'll see me here a couple more times over your screen because I love Neon Lights Roleplay and I help organize it. If you haven't caught me already, I don't know what you're doing, but keep your eyes open for some cool new things happening very, very soon. That said, we'll see you back here in 2 weeks. This has been Jump City Sirens. We've been Neon Lights Roleplay, and you have all been incredible. Take care of yourselves and everybody else around you, gang. We love you and good night.
Night.